Hey everyone, I hope you're having a truly blessed and awesome Sunday. It's happy Sunday morning. It is about 7 o'clock in the morning. I am actually on my way to church right now. So I'm walking. What I do on Sunday mornings is I take the bus and I let my wife and kids take the car because I have responsibilities at the church that demand that I be there early. And they can come a little bit later. They still have to come in before services. My wife has responsibilities as well, but not as early as mine. Anyway, making this short video because I was just thinking it's awesome what I'm able to do right now. A year ago, I would not have been able to walk such a distance. Actually, my house is like way off in that direction. And by now, I would have had to have taken a ton of rest breaks, last year. I would be in a ton of pain. I would have to take extra medication in order to mitigate that pain, let alone last the rest of the day. And then you can't take too much medication, otherwise it's just, that's not good. So I have to do two things. Number one, I have to thank God that He made the animals on this wonderful, beautiful green earth to put the animals here for our consumption, because you know what? They make me feel absolutely amazing. And it's such a compassionate act too, because when you go into the studies, well, not even the studies so much, but you look at the data and it shows the difference between agriculture and cattle, raising cattle. Agriculture and monocropping kills thousands upon thousands of wildlife creatures every single year, whereas to feed 600 people a meal takes a single cow. It's like when you think about it, it's so compassionate. And not only that, but it is the natural state of eating. Like there are so many, I don't want to say so many, but there are certain nutrients that only animals can provide that you cannot find in plants. Just about every single vegan I know, maybe there's some out there who don't need to do this, but just about every single one I know has to supplement quite a bit in order to try to fulfill these nutritional requirements. But I haven't taken a single vitamin in over a year. I haven't had a fruit or a vegetable in over a year. No, not over a year, just under a year. But still, it's 11 and a half months. But I haven't had to do any of that. During the day, my day job takes me around school children because I work with the public school systems. Kids are getting sick, especially around now. It's springtime. It's 37 degrees, then it goes up to 60, then it goes up to 80. Well, it hasn't gone up to 80. I've seen 75 so far. Then it drops back down to 30 and 40. Yeah, it's a rough time for everybody's systems. So people are getting sick. People are getting sick all around me. There's like some kind of stomach bug or something that's apparently going around right now, and hasn't affected me one bit. My whole family is under the weather. They're recovering, thankfully, but for the last couple of weeks, I've been in a 2-bedroom condo with my wife and 2 kids, coughing and sneezing and all those sorts of things. Thankfully, they are better now, so they'll be able to go to church and everything today. But it's really amazing. Like, people get worried, like, how do you not get any nutrition? It's like, there's actually a ton of nutrition in meat, especially red meat. So, what do I eat? I typically am eating, beef, butter, bacon. Most of the time, I do that. The majority of the time, it's beef. Bacon, maybe not so much. I've never really been big on bacon. I grew up not eating bacon or pork or any pig products, and I'm not really all that interested in it. Besides, I feel so wonderful and so awesome by eating steak every day and eating butter every day. It's just a fantastic experience day after day. Actually, my son told me yesterday, because we recently had an experience this past weekend where my wife took me on a trip, and we were celebrating our 20th dating anniversary. So, I mean, I'm going to go into that experience, I think, in another video, because that was a lot of fun. We went to a rodizio. I'd never actually been to a rodizio before. So it was a Brazilian rodizio, and they're just slicing that meat off of the skewers or whatever you call them, and it's just meat after meat after meat. That's why she took me there. So it was a lot of fun. And my kid mentioned that he's like, Dad, I know that meat is healthy because he's talked about it a lot. Okay, and I really enjoyed eating all that meat at that restaurant we went to this weekend. But you make the steak a lot better than they do. So I had to chuckle at that and thinking, well, I've been basically eating steak for a year, so I guess I'm going to figure out, how to make it in a way that, tastes right. So it's just, what you do. Anything you do often enough, you get really good at it. And you know what my secret is? Salt. That's it. I mean, I have a basic process to it, but essentially, I cook the steak in salt and butter, and I cook it to like rare or medium rare. I use my meat thermometer, make sure that it's the right temperature. I don't overcook it, and that's it. And it comes out so delicious, so wonderful. The fat just kind of like melts in your mouth. And by the way, all this conversation I'm doing here is what? Still got the weight of this guitar on my back, and it's not even phasing me. A little winded because it's cold. 37 degrees. That might not be cold for some of you, but it's cold for me. Anyway, rather than continue to rant, let me just talk about some of the other benefits of having done what I did. All right, number one of the first primary benefits that I saw was clearing of the brain fog. Every day I'd wake up and I had a hard time thinking about my day. During the day, I had a hard time staying focused on any task because there's a bunch of brain fog there. Oh, and of course, there's a lot of pain there. When you have pain all day long, people ask you, okay, what's your pain level from a 1 to 10? And for me, it was 10 all day long, every day. It was 10, just all the way up there, all the time. And that kind of level of pain takes a lot of concentration and effort, and it wears you out. Not only does it physically wear you out, where you get tired all the time, but it also mentally wears you out. It just fatigues you because of all that pain. So there's that. And then the brain fog from not only just, I guess, poor nutrition that I didn't really realize was poor nutrition. Then, to that, the brain fog that develops from constant use of medication. So that was additional brain fog, which made it even harder to be productive all the time. To be productive at all, really, I had to really, really push through to do basic tasks. Somehow, I've been able to continue a career, in office, related things, be an asset and have insight over the years to different company procedures, and have been instrumental in, helping some companies do what they need to do. But that wasn't because of what I was doing. That was in spite of my health. Another thing I noticed, for example, I've been talking for like almost 10 minutes. I used to have to say, if I made a video, I do instructional videos with, as I'm teaching music and that. And I would always have to take like 50 takes because I would always mess up, like some way or another. Yeah, it's short right now. I'm, sometimes at a slight loss for the words I'm going to say. But for the most part, I mean, this is just one take, unedited, not, clipped out or anything like that. I'm just going and going and going. All right, another thing I noticed is, all right, so it's just after 7 o'clock in the morning. I started walking at around 6:45. And by the way, the reason I'm still walking, I passed by several bus stops, but the bus isn't coming down this road for another half hour. So I'm like, let me just keep walking to the next bus stop because I have that energy. Okay, so I woke up, and now when I wake up, I'm just up. It used to be where I would wake up, or no, the alarm would go off. Then I'd hit snooze, then I'd hit snooze again, then I'd hit snooze again, then I'd hit snooze again. So I'd hit the snooze button like 5 or 6 times before I was like, all right, I guess I should be getting up now. I don't do that anymore. All right. Last night I was working on multiple personal projects, and I wound up going to sleep around, I'd say about 2:30 in the morning. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning and just bing, just right out of bed. Now, yeah, I know it's not ideal, but we're supposed to get a certain amount of sleep. But the fact that I could do that without, being tired. I mean, look, I've been walking for, 45, so quite frankly, I've been walking for almost half an hour now. And it feels like it's been 5 minutes. Anyway, here is my challenge to you. First off, if you like the content, react below. Tell me about some positive benefits that you've had on carnivore, or things that you've heard that you hope that you experience on a carnivore diet. Second, you can ask any questions. I may not have all of the answers, but maybe I know where to find the answers. Whether it's answers that I know, answers I can research, certain specific videos that I have saved or studies I have saved that I can go ahead and send you a link to. And then, of course, like, subscribe, all those sorts of things really help me out. And I really, really do appreciate it, especially a truly fledgling channel like this one with just a handful of subscribers. Those of you who have subscribed, definitely thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. And I hope that the things I'm talking about really help you in your day to day. And then next, if you are seeing my content and for whatever reason you made it this far and you're not on the carnivore diet, but you're interested in giving it a shot, know that a day is not enough. A couple days is not enough. You only get results, I'd say, after the transition process, because your digestive tract and system have to adjust to this. So give it 30 days. 30 days. Think about what you've eaten over the last 30 days. Did it include, McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken and, cereal and all that kind of stuff, and ice cream and all those things? That's junk. That's not good for you. And so if you've been consuming that for the last 30 days, I'd say, try switching it up. Try the carnivore diet for 30 days. Number one, after a couple days, you're going to feel absolutely amazing. Number two, you're going to save a lot on garbage. I have so much less garbage from my side of things right now because everything's wrapped up and packaged. But meat has one wrapper. If you get a big, huge piece of meat, then you don't have to throw anything out for at least a few days. But anyway, that aside, try it out. Try it for 30 days. If you don't like it, go back to the way you were eating. That's what I did. I did that, and I have not looked back. Actually, yeah, the next bus stop isn't for a long way that way. So yeah, I'm actually going to turn back here.